All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I am just starting to rig some rods. I've got most of them actually done, but I still got a lot of work to do in the boat. But I wanted to give you a practice recap. We had a pretty tough practice, real tough practice. First 2 days, I had 3 bites the first day with one, maybe 3 scoreable bass, but I had 1 decent bite, 2 little bites, maybe 2-pounders. And then day 2 of practice, I ended up with 5 bites, 1 decent one. I think I would have had maybe 2 keepers, which are 2-pound minimum requirement for this. And I did everything. I was kind of fishing in that 25-foot range for a while, and then I'd go to the bank and I fished the bank, and all the bites I had the first 2 days were bank related, but very, very few and far between. No rhyme or reason as to when I'd get the bite. You just had to cover enough ground and eventually you'd get one. Not at all what you're looking for in a total weight format. So day 3 of practice, I went out and I said, I'm gonna get out deeper. The fish definitely are not on the bank. They're not in that 20-foot range. Let's go way out. And I ended up getting out into that, I'm gonna say 35 to 50-foot range, keying on any place I could find bait, because that's where all the bait appears to be. And I just started, mulling around really within the timber lines and ended up generating 6 bites. That's in a half day of fishing. We had to be off the water by 2 o'clock, so I was off by about 1:30. And I found a handful of areas where I feel like I can move around and get some bites. It's all scope related. So hopefully you guys don't turn the video off right now because of that. But the reality is that's the only way to go out there and fish that stuff efficiently. When you're out in a timber forest and you've got bait moving around, you're looking for the fish at that point. And it seemed to be working. I mean, I had 1 6-pounder, I had 1 5-pounder. Yeah, I had some fish of decent quality. I had 6 keepers. I had a few other bites, but I was getting just bites. I was catching catfish and drum, a little bit of everything mixed in. So you know that there's a lot of fish out there eating it. Now, I will say we've got here really nice conditions today and tomorrow. It's 74 degrees. I'm in shorts right now. Nicest weather we've had since I've been here. And there is a little bit of concern that it's going to move those fish. But, we're allowed to watch Stat Tracker. Day 1 is almost over. There's about 15 minutes left. Top guys are cracking them. Jacob Wheeler is leading right now. Spencer Shuffield is way up there. Drew Gill's way up there. They're close to that 100-pound mark. But it falls off. 20th place, which is the last check spot, is right around 22 pounds, 23 pounds, which is still pretty decent. But it's more doable. I feel like if I can go out and catch 7-8 fish a day, you could be in that range, because the quality seems to be decent on this lake. There's a decent amount of 3 and 4 pound class fish. So if you can generate a big bite with 7-8 bites, you could have a decent tournament. I really think the pattern I've established, it's not really a pattern, but the way I'm fishing is the winning method. When I look at the guys at the top, they definitely are really good with their forward facing sonar. So I think I've got onto something pretty good. I just didn't have enough time. A half day of fishing was not enough time to really break it down. I think, had I gotten onto it sooner, I probably would have had a much better chance at finding better schools of fish. Because right now I don't have a school of fish. I've got areas where there are some fish just swimming around. But I feel a heck of a lot better after the second day of practice. So that's good. I mean, I've been using, a little bit of everything. When I was on the bank, I was catching most of my stuff on a vibrating jig. I think every bite actually I had was that, which I didn't throw the entire time, but that is what I caught most of the fish on. Mixing it up. I've got it rigged up here somewhere. Where are you? Why do I not see you here? I don't know where. Oh, I put it in the box. It was a black and blue, what is it? It's a Z-Man jackhammer, and then on the back I've got a red Berkeley Power Stinger, the 4 1/4 inch size. That's kind of been my go-to color combination for the last year, so it's really worked well for me. So yeah, so I did that, and then yesterday, you know, I was putting this guy right here. This is the power switch to the test, and this is what I caught. I think 5 of the 6, and I think everything but one fish was on it. You can see it's pretty dang torn up. Uh, you can see the hook is coming out a little bit, but that's after a long amount of fishing, and this is still usable. I'm not going to get rid of it. I did put a fresh one on, but that I don't have that many of that size, and that's the, what size is it? Here's a different pack. It's the 3-inch 3/8 ounce. So yeah, I was really impressed with that bait. It's been one I've been using now for quite some time and having really pretty good luck out of it. So yeah, we've got that. We've got some other things. We've got the finisher and the Kredge rigged up. We've got a couple other kind of your standard Demiki type rig stuff. And we're going to see what we can do. I mean, the fish we're catching are, I mean, they're anywhere from 35 feet down to 5 feet down, suspended over significantly deeper water. And yeah, I'm excited to get out there. I'm excited to do what I can do. I don't expect to catch 100 pounds of fish. You know, I really don't feel like I found that, but I do think I can catch some keepers and hopefully get inside that at least the check line. And if I can find a little pot of them, maybe we can put together a run to get inside the actual cut line, which needs to be the top 10. But yeah, so I fish tomorrow. We'll be done at 4 o'clock. There is no live, unfortunately, for days 1 and 2 of the tournament. So you're going to have to follow along with they've got some updates on the website, and then they've got their score tracker updates. So you can watch that live just to see where I'm at. But that's it. I'm going to get back to rigging. I had a long day of promos and stuff. Now I need to finish up rigging. I got to tighten a few things down on the boat and get ready for tomorrow. Add a couple of decals. And so wish me luck. I need a little bit, and hopefully we can put together a good bag that sets us up for a decent day on what would be Friday. So still getting used to the format, a little bit different. It's a little different hearing a few guys get up this morning from the house, go out fishing, and I got to stay in bed. That was a different feeling. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all of your support out there, and let's see how we do tomorrow in the first BPT event of 2024.